Hey, how's it going everybody? It's Tanner here and welcome back to another Ninjago Season 11 discussion video here on the channel. In today's video, we're going to be discussing what exactly could have been happening behind the scenes during the first Spinjitzu Master's creation and why I believe something related to Season 11 might actually be directly linked to the first Spinjitzu Master and it's not looking good. So basically what we're going to be talking about in this video is the Scroll of Forbidden Spinjitzu. I've already done a few videos discussing this very same object, but it seems like Season 11 will be primarily driven by this object, and it'll basically be the MacGuffin of the season. In other words, it'll be the thing that everybody's trying to get, and it'll be the actual object that drives the plot forward, similar to other MacGuffins in the series, such as the Golden Weapons, or even the Technoblades. You know, just something like that that everybody is kind of after. Now, in this video, I won't really get into, who exactly is going to be finding the scroll first and everything like that, but I want to talk about the history of Ninjago a little bit here, specifically related back to the first Spinjitzu Master, the overall creator of all of Ninjago. So where did he come from? Well, he came from the Oni and Dragon realm, otherwise known as the First Realm, and he is, of course, half Oni and half Dragon. He was a concept that was birthed from both halves of that same circle, and, being half Oni and half Dragon, one may suspect maybe half good, half evil. I mean, I don't know if that's very specifically clear within the actual series itself, but I would not be surprised if the first Spinjitzu Master, at first, when he was first created, was sort of, feeling as if he was playing both sides a little bit, and I wouldn't be surprised if he actually did, belong to both sides and help out both sides before both sides started to fight over him, immensely, and he ended up leaving the realm and starting his own thing, which we now know is Ninjago. Now, how this relates back to the Scroll of Forbidden Spinjitzu is something that I've been thinking about a lot lately, and I believe it to be a direct creation of the first Spinjitzu Master himself. Now, I don't think it's ever explicitly stated where exactly this scroll has come from. I mean, it could have been created by some evil force, who really knows? It could have been created by the Ice Emperor for all we know. But if it's created by the first Spinjitzu Master and it was housed, during that sort of transitioning period between the good and the bad side of the first Spinjitzu Master, it wouldn't really surprise me if that scroll directly came from his bad side. And he just sort of took that to Ninjago as he was, creating the land as it is. Maybe he had it stashed away. Of course, we do know from reading the scroll, or at least a page related to the scroll, that it talked to Garmadon in that way, so that could have very well been, his father's dark side, like summoning Garmadon to go ahead and use the scroll for his own evil bidding. Now, of course, we know that that didn't actually happen as the scroll had disappeared, but if the first Spinjitzu Master was actually behind a lot of this and was actually pulling the strings behind the actual scroll itself during Season 11, again, I would not be surprised. And when you think about it, it would kind of change Ninjago's history a bit, because we only know the first Spinjitzu Master to be this being of great importance and, the symbol of good and, golden power and all that. But we got to remember, he is still half Oni, so we don't know if that Oni side is going to be influencing him in that way. I mean, the Oni aren't really good characters by any means. They're, they're evil, so is the first Spinjitzu Master half evil? Was he half evil this entire time, or did that sort of fade away when he actually ventured into Ninjago? If that's the case, then I could see the Scroll of Forbidden Spinjitzu being something that he would have written up in the First Realm when he was still there, and when he was still experiencing things from both sides. And something else that could be interesting to think about, what will this do to the actual characters themselves? Like, if Lloyd finds out that, his grandfather was part of both sides. I mean, he met with him in Season 10, and during that meeting, he was, just ecstatic because of, just how pure the first Spinjitzu Master seemed to be. But what if he wasn't like all sunshine and rainbows? What if he was actually, just shadows and darkness as well? I mean, that could be really interesting for Lloyd's character to actually go ahead and make that connection. I mean, I would think Wu and Garmadon would know about all that, and I would assume that Lloyd would know about that as well, considering how, he came from that same bloodline, and, the first Spinjitzu Master is, by definition, half dragon and half Oni. So what exactly all that's going to be correlating into, we still have no idea, but I think it would be really interesting for the characters to go ahead and actually experience something like that. Of course, you could have Lloyd going through a sort of denial stage and things like that, just sort of trying not to accept the fact that his grandfather, the creator of the land, the overall savior of Ninjago, was responsible for a lot of the darkness that actually followed through into the land itself. I mean, that'd be pretty cool to see, and now that I'm thinking about it more and more, I really want to see this happen, And I have a feeling, guys, the first Spinjitzu Master is not the pure angel that we've all sort of made him out to be. He's probably, you know, just sort of conflicted as normal people are. I mean, he's a god by all means, but I don't think he's immune to actual humanity. So who really knows about that? I mean, I have a feeling that Ninjago history might receive a little bit of an upgrade, or at least some sort of transition during the 11th season of Ninjago. I mean, every season sort of adds something new and adds a new retcon in there that sort of dismisses past seasons, but relating to this, I don't know if we're going to be seeing anything major or if it's just going to be something small related to the scroll, but still, I do believe that the Scroll of Forbidden Spinjitzu will be a major plot point, and I believe the first Spinjitzu Master's backstory has not all been explained fully. So with all that being said, you guys have heard my thoughts on this matter. I'm curious to see what you guys think about all this, so feel free to leave a comment talking about what you think about this theory. Is the first Spinjitzu Master partially evil, or is he still pulling the strings behind a lot of Ninjago's evil? Feel free to leave all your thoughts on that down below in the comment section, and I'll be sure to read them. So thank you so much for watching this video, guys. That'll just about do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video, as always, don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up rating, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button if you've not done so already. Once again, guys, the comment section is there for the various discussions that you would like to have regarding this topic, or if you just had a comment of a general nature, that's fine as well. In the description, you will find the links towards my other forms of social media, whether it be my Twitter, my Instagram, my Patreon, or my merch. Be sure to support me on all those platforms if you would like to. With all that being said, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video once again. My name is TannerFishies, and with that, I bid you farewell.